Hey, young girl. We are back with a new episode this week. I want to start by saying thank you to who all have been watching, listening, sharing, commenting on the platform. We can be found on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, Instagram, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Search for Hey Young Girl. And again, thank you. So today I want to talk about remembering your why, right? So a lot of times, as you get older and just in life in general, you tend to have aspirations for yourself, right? Your goals, things that you would like to accomplish in life, whether it be for, your career or whether it's your fitness, whether it's just your mind, you know, evolving in general, whatever that is, things that you are hoping for and that you are reaching for. In order for you to stay motivated, stay inspired to do these things, you have to remember the end goal, right? Because sometimes it's not going to happen overnight. It might not even happen in weeks, months, years, right? If you look at a lot of these entrepreneurs or people that are in corporate, whatever your niche is that you are doing that is making a living for you to be able to provide and take care of yourself, right? Sometimes it does happen overnight, but majority of the times it takes time to get where you need to be. They say they have humble beginnings where they just started maybe with just their phone, in their home, and then ended up with their team that they're working with now, right? In the beginning, it was just them, but eventually they created a team behind them to handle all of the different tasks, the different distractions, uh, you know, the creative side, the financial side, the person that's going to build up things. Eventually they had all of these different parts, but in the beginning, it just was them. And in order for you to keep going and to see these dreams and come into fruition, you have to remember your why, right? Why is it that you wanted to start this thing? Sometimes along the way, you'll get distracted, you'll get the naysayers, you'll have people that are coming up against you, putting roadblocks. But, it's about you continuing to show up for yourself every day. You're remaining consistent, you are staying diligent, you are, making your dreams come true. And that joy just behind doing that, even if nobody else is patting you on the back, just, giving yourself a clap of praise, saying that you yourself did not give up on your dreams because your why is the end goal. Whether it be you retiring from the corporate world, whether it be that you are living off of other streams of income, not being your own physical work, whether it be, you retiring because you built up a strong real estate portfolio, whether you're going to be a content creator in general, and that's where you're getting your income from, so remember the why. That'll help you to get over those times where you may have fallen, may you have failed, or, you got that closed door or those no's. Remind yourself, a lot of people say about journaling and, maybe taking pictures of video of yourself when you were in your humble beginnings. I remember a young lady I watched that has started, and she was pushing a basket to go deliver her orders, and she just had that one product. And now, she ended up having numerous products and she's a multimillionaire. But 10, 15 years ago, it was just her and maybe in her mom's basement with a child, and she's pushing a basket, remembering those humble beginnings and when you had to sacrifice and you couldn't go out all the time and you couldn't shop and buy all of the things that you wanted for your kids. And then when you make it, you remember your reason why. You remember that you had to prove to yourself, even without help or, a big backing behind you, you can still, you still made it. And, keeping those tabs open, that remind you of all of the things that you did get through that you may have thought was going to break you. Thing that I stood for, and I remain consistent, and I remain honest and authentic to what my goals were, and I didn't let the naysayers or the fact that so many other people were doing it discourage me. So in times when you are feeling like, you get nothing but rains, where the rainbow at? Remember where you started from, and some of the goals that you have met, and some of the fruits that you were, receiving, and the roses and stuff that you got along the way that'll keep you going and get you over some of the hurdles and the setbacks and the disappointments that you may still continue to face as you continue to grow. It's not going to always be sunshine and rainbows. It's going to be rain also. But just remember, the rain helps those seeds to grow, okay? Along the way, you will evolve, you will learn from your mistakes, and you will, at the end, be able to teach others as well. That's what it's all about. And I'll see y'all next week. Bye.